We have just seen that, on account of this parietal limit of the nuclides, the giant stars then produce the whole of the average elements up to the copper. And for millions of years the Brownian agitation inside the star will lead to select and favor the most solid nuclides. Therefore, it is not necessary to use the notions of magic numbers to explain the abundances of certain nuclear elements. In fact, the strongest nuclides are simply the most shock-resistant because they correspond to the most symmetrical and balanced pentamorphic morphologies. And these most solid nuclides are therefore oxygen-16, silicon-28, sulfur-32, iron-56 and nickel-60. Progressively these nuclides will be distributed in successive layers as a function of their mass inside the giant star. And thus form the so-called onion skin structure. And it is at this moment that the nuclear morphologies will acquire all their importance. Indeed, in the center of the star, the tetrahedral iron-56 and nickel-60 will create an extremely homogeneous quasi-mineral block. Then comes the sulfur-32 layer in hexahedral morphology. Then the tetrahedral silicon-28 layer is inscribed. And finally, the upper covering of the mantle is constituted by the octahedral base oxygen-16 layer. Now, note that in mineralogy, the octahedral structure is the most rigid. And this top layer will thus form a kind of firm and non-flexible shell that will solidify the neighboring layer of silicon. And since the central core of iron and nickel is also extremely hard, it will tend to dissociate itself from the mantle. Consequently, the intermediate layer of sulfur will be transformed into a ball bearing thanks to the hexahedral morphology of the nuclides. Therefore, the heart of the giant star will become independent and not solidarity with its mantle. So there will come a time when the stellar heart will explode and eject that cloak into space to create a supernova. And conversely, the heart will implode into a hyperdense ball that will become a new space object called a neutron star or a black hole.